Keep moving. When traveling the most difficult times of life, a wise person does not travel alone. The journey of grief can be long, but none so long as when you travel alone.
Knowing what I know now, yeah, I would do things a little differently in terms of seeking help sooner than I did. Maybe not look to the wrong things to try to make it go away.
Grief pushes us to find a fresh way to look at the importance of life. Life's important questions press us for new answers. Why am I here? Who am I? What is my work? How will I live without them? How will I live with the days I've been given?
As a human nature, my response maybe go a little bit, abrupt, and I suffer and I feel the pain of this thing. But what I taught in Islamic term, that I need to control myself and I see God's blessing even in that situation.
Transcendence is about rising above our feelings and situations. We set our sights upon something higher than ourselves. The purpose of converting the energy from your dark and painful emotions is to fuel purpose and meaning. Without a sense of meaning, we can fall into despair. Without meaning, we become the walking dead. This journey is a unique juncture to use our weakness to perfect strength. We need to invent calling and lay hold of our personal destiny.
In my own personal life, one of the ways I have been able to move on was really to go back to my Christian faith.
My real support is not material side. Material side is available for me just to means for some kind of, goal. But the real support is coming from God's invisible help.
Because we understand that when we come to the end of this life, we come face to face with the question, is this all there is?
The transformation process is complete when we move from decision to action to make a difference in the life that remains. When we find and connect to a purpose or action greater than ourselves, we rise above the quagmire of grief. Many set their focus on eternal issues and reach for spiritual comfort and direction from God. Others determine to make a difference here in this world. The mother who lost a child to a drunk driver took the hurt and anguish and channeled it to create MAD, as we all understand it, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers.
I needed to search for meaning. I needed to ask all those questions. Why Rochelle? Why us? What did all this mean, that a young little girl would die? Not particularly the reason or purpose, but was there any meaning that could come out of such a terrible tragedy?
But Judaism says very clearly that every human being has a task or a series of tasks to fulfill during their lifetime in this world. That's not just Jews, that's every human being. It also suggests that that people seek out community. They seek out involvement in activities that will keep them busy. Not for the purpose of keeping busy, but for the purpose of making a contribution to the community, to the society in which we live, that is positive and productive.
I personally endeavored to transcend our pain through giving out of my own loss. On Gwen's birthday, I had a great need to remember her. So I arranged for my therapist's wife to purchase a dress in Gwen's honor, since I had no one to buy for. As a family, we traveled to Zimbabwe to dedicate 2 small rondables or homes in an orphanage, since children was so important to Gwen. Transcendence is about reaching, pushing, and rising above the pain to create something that was not there before. Out of nothingness comes a new creation.
It's almost a pragmatic process designed to facilitate the reintegration of the mourner into a normal daily schedule, reintegrate them into life, because death has this ability to effect paralysis. Sometimes people aren't ready to get up from sitting Shiva, but Jewish law demands it. It says, this is the time to get up. And someone who's grieving, someone who's mourning, often needs that direction. They need that guidance.
Faith is a major coping mechanism in life. It's been clearly shown scientifically that people with religious faith cope much better with death and grief and loss than those who have no faith at all. And in fact, they even have healthier health outcomes, less heart attacks, less cancer, and faster recovery from physical illness. And ultimately, the best coping is knowing our relationship with God and the meaning of losses and death in our lives. And if we have faith, then we understand that life doesn't stop with death, that we're going to meet our loved ones again, and that there's ultimate meaning both in living and dying.
Allowing your wounded heart to heal takes courage. Move towards your grief wound daily. Surrender and let go and let the sorrow flow. But pace yourself. Then soothe yourself back to emotional stability. Learn to tolerate the pain. Take only one step, one day at a time. Eventually, this experience will also present you the opportunity to refocus your emotional pain from the past and reinvest it. This is transcendence. It's about offering the gifts of our life back to impacting the world and the future. Many faiths have described this life as a mere shadow of what is to come. In this sense, what you've thought of as the end is really just the beginning.